Ionic compounds are made of cations and anions. They engage in ionic bonding, which is based on the attraction between the positively charged cations and the negatively charged anions. Although ionic compounds are made of charged particles, the overall charge of any ionic compound is zero. The name of an ionic compound is merely the cation name followed by the anion name. Let's apply the naming rule for some ionic compounds. Remember that cations tend to come from metals. Name the following 3 ionic compounds. Number 1, capital N, lowercase a, capital C, lowercase l. Number 2, capital K, subscript 2, capital C, capital O, subscript 3. Number 3, capital C, lowercase a, parentheses, capital O, capital H, end of parentheses, subscript 2. Pause the video to answer these. Use your periodic table and table 3.2 from the text. Number 1 has 2 capital letters, so we know that this compound has 2 monoatomic ions. Sodium has a constant charge of +1, so this cation name is sodium. The anion is chloride. The name of compound number 1 is sodium chloride. Cation name, anion name. Number 2 has more than 1 capital letter in the formula, so we know that there is a polyatomic ion. Capital K, or potassium, is a metal, so that is a cation. Potassium has a constant charge of +1, so its name is potassium. Since we know the anion must be a polyatomic ion, let's look at table 3.2. Capital C, capital O, subscript 3 is the carbonate anion. Thus, the name of this compound is potassium carbonate. Cation name, anion name. Compound number 3 also has more than 1 capital letter, so we know that there is a polyatomic ion. The cation is from the metal calcium. Since calcium always has a charge of +2, the name of the cation is calcium. Looking at table 3.2, we see that capital O, capital H is the hydroxide anion. The name of compound number 3 is calcium hydroxide. Cation name, anion name.